Your rest means that there will be silence for 4 beats. Absolute silence for 4 beats. Now, we haven't yet discussed the music stave. Now, some of you are already taking music lessons, so this will make sense to you. Now, I will have more discussions on the music stave and what happens on the lines and in the spaces. But for this activity, I'm not going to focus too much on the music stave. I'm going to focus on the rests and the notes. Now, for the whole note, this is your rest. And it hangs on the 1, 2, 3, 4th line. It hangs on there. Right? So semi-brief whole note hangs on to that 4th line. And it means 4 beats of silence. When we play or clap the whole note, we clap once and we say 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the next notes. So your next note is the half note or the minim, which we started with last time. It looks like this. So the stem can be down, and then I've just drawn there a small one of where the stem is up, because the stem can be down or the stem can be upwards. And a half note counts for 2 beats, right? Then your rest looks like this. Now on your music stave, your rest will sit on the 3rd line. It will sit and relax on that 3rd line for 2 beats of silence, absolute silence, right? So 2 beats for your minim or half note, but you don't clap 2 beats. You hold for 2 beats, meaning 1, 2, and then your rest is 1, 2. Right. There will be YouTube clips to explain it more. Then your next one. We've done the quarter note as well. Remember, the quarter note, another name for it is the crotchet in music. So this is your crotchet. The stem is up, but the stem can also be down. The crotchet counts for 1 beat. Now, what does the rest look like? Here's your rest. It's a little Z with a small C at the bottom. It looks a little bit like lightning, right? So this is your quarter note and it counts 1 beat. So meaning 1. Then your rest means 1 beat of silence. So if you clap your note, your quarter note, it's 1. And then if you clap, or if you have to do the rest, you will have to do 1 because it's silent. Okay, right. Your next note, we've also done this one, the 8th note or the quaver note. Now, this is your 8th note, right, or quaver, and it counts for half a beat. Can you see what it looks like? This is 1/8 note. Now, when you join it, it looks like this. I'm sure you've seen it before. It looks like this. This is joint quavers. Now the value changes, meaning that each of these notes are half a beat each. Each of them will be half a beat each, right? Then your rest, okay? Your rest is a 7, but the top part of your 7 is curved, right? So this is what your half note rest looks like, or your 8th note, not half note, sorry, 8th note rest looks like. Okay? So this is your 8th note rest, and it means that you will have silence for half a beat. These notes are slightly faster than your crotchet because the crotchet basically keep a steady beat. This one is the ones which are faster, like these two. You would say TT, and this is just a T, right? TT. half a beat each. Right, then I'm introducing a new note, which is called your 16th note, and another name in music for it is the semiquaver. The semiquaver looks like this. It counts a quarter beat each, right? If you join the notes, they would look like this. Remember, I said the stems can be down or up. Now, in this case, because there are two, it means there are two 16th notes, and each of them will count a quarter beat each, meaning that both of them together will be half a beat. The same here, both of them will be half a beat, and four of them will be one beat, because half plus half is 1. Now, this is your 16th note or semiquaver rest, meaning that you will rest just for a quarter beat. So there will be silence just for a quarter beat, like just for a moment, very short. Okay, you got that? So there will be YouTube clips to explain it more. Boys and girls, I'm asking you to please watch them. You will see the benefits once I issue you with an activity. Right, now let me just list or name the stuff that I have uploaded for you for this coming 2 weeks. So we know now that you are going to do the warm-up activity, which is on the music of What Do You Mean by Justin Bieber. Then the following YouTube clips. Beat versus rhythm. So what is beat and what is rhythm? How do they differ from each other? That's a YouTube clip. Then sweet beats 2. Now we've done sweet beats 1 last time. This will introduce you to more note values. Then the next one is reading rhythms bingo. You will like this one as well. Then beat and rhythm switch. It's a clapping activity. So with this activity, you can be 2 people. So the one person will keep the beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, while the other one will do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, you will watch the YouTube clip, then you'll see how they demonstrate it there for you. Then rhythm notation, the basics of reading music. So the rhythm notation is basically just the rhythm of the notes or their values. It's very basic. Then the next one is the semi-brief, minim, and crotchet rests. Now we know the semi-brief, it's the whole note, minim, half note, crotchet, quaver, crotchet, quarter note rest. So these are, that YouTube clip will show you what they look like and their values. Then the next YouTube clip will introduce you to the dotted minim. Now what am I talking about if I say the dotted minim? It means that, the dotted minim means you've got your minim now, but there's a dot next to it. Now the dot counts for half the value of the note it is next to. So if it's a dotted minim, we know now that a dotted minim or a dotted half note counts for 2 beats, but if we add the dot will count for half the value of the half note or minim. Now we know that a whole note or a minim counts for 2 beats. Now half of 2 is 1. We know that. So that means that it's going to be the minim, which is the half note. It's 2 beats plus the dot, which is plus 1. And that will give us 3 beats. Right? So that is your dotted minim. So please familiarize yourself with it by watching this YouTube app as well. So yeah, you watch that YouTube clip. It will explain it more, because I'm sure I'm talking a lot now and you might forget some of the stuff that I've said. So that's why the YouTube clips are there, just to remind you again and to also give you examples to better remember them. Then I have given you 3 classical pieces of music where you can then familiarize yourself with how rhythm and beats and note values work in a piece of music. It's very interesting to watch this. So please watch them. You can even follow with your finger if you know when the music is going up or down. You can follow it on your device. The first one is the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy Rhythm Challenge. The next one is Spring Music Rhythm Practice Activities. Then you've got your Carmen Overture by B.Ed, Rhythm Practice. Then I've uploaded 3 YouTube clips based on form in music. Remember, we've talked about ABA. So the first YouTube clip is ABA form, and this will show you how it works. How do we know it's A? How do we know it's B? How do we know it's A again? Then the next one is ternary form tutorial. It's based on the same thing, on form. And then the last YouTube clip is called Form, episode number 16, and it's a preview. Boys and girls, there's no work for submission. What I would like you to do is to please make time for these YouTube clips, because I am giving you 14 days to do this. If you have completed them by Friday this week, then you can just tell your teacher that you've already finished them, and then we can check how many of you have already completed them. If there are many of you, or the majority, then I'm going to start with new work. Not new work, but I'm going to then hand out your worksheet for this work. So your worksheet will be based on what we have discussed today. Boys and girls, I miss you lots. I wish you a fabulous